Welcome back to the end of Mega Man X4, where we are going back into the final weapon. And this is just the boss rush level. So let's see, let's just get back into it. They do give you the energy power-ups just like before. There's other stuff I'm going to talk about during the Sigma boss fight, so be prepared for that. But right now, it is time for the boss rush. Well, now that that's done, let's just go in and meet Sigma. And that boss rush did definitely take a lot longer with Zero compared to X. Mainly because I just had a lot more trouble with the bosses. But now we get into the exchange between Zero and Sigma. And this time it's a little bit different because unlike X, there's actually going to be a cutscene with a lot of backstory involved. And here we learn the origins as to how Sigma went Maverick and how Zero and Sigma and the history between them. So let's just go ahead and enjoy this cutscene.
What's our current situation?
Commander!
Where's that red Maverick that wiped out Garma's unit?
Inside. He's inside that door.
You may leave now. I'll take care of this personally.
By yourself, Commander?
I don't want any more of my people being sacrificed.
Look, it's Commander Sigma. Incredible. Now I'm certain there's no one who's a match for the commander. What?
Take that Red Maverick to the repair center and call Dr. Kane. I wish to have that Maverick studied.
Commander, are you okay?
Silence!
And now that we can all return from the edge of our seats, let's just go ahead and get to fighting Sigma soon. Pretty much all it is just Sigma taunting Zero at this point, which you know he's pretty good at, as you no doubt know from the rest of the series. So let's see, you get a little loading time. Actually, wait, you don't get a loading time for this one, unlike X, which is a nice convenience, but at the same time, you don't get any refills, which is unfortunate, but you know, this is the last boss, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
Prepare to become
So let's see, this first part's gonna be the exact same as it is with X. You just use your Fire Strike twice and then dash over him. That's the third time when he tries to swipe at you. That's pretty much it. But one thing I wanted to talk about and I forgot to was regarding the game's level design. And this is one thing that they had to do. They had to make it so that you could beat the stages with both X and Zero. So unfortunately that led to some things being a little bit blender than most of the other games. Unfortunately it does take away from some of it, I feel. But at the same time I would prefer that to making it much easier for one guy and then just BS hard for the other one. And a bad example of that was Mega Man and Bass, where the stages are much easier as Bass and they're damn near impossible as Mega Man. But that's one thing that X4 had to do, but unfortunately that kind of took away from the quality, but at the same time I can understand why they did it. And the big change from this fight compared to X is that whenever he throws his scythe at the wall, just like before, you want him to throw the scythe at the wall, and then you can just double jump over him, and that's a much easier way of doing that. I mean, I found this second form to be much easier as a Zero compared to X, but I do find the final form to be a little bit harder. But let's see, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this. Let's see, after that we should be getting into the last form soon. Yeah, I just decided to be a little bit cautious here just because I really don't feel like taking damage before the last form. You know, just that unnecessary crap. Let's see, here we get to fight the third form. And just like before, you get the weapon, or the energy power-up. And you know, everything's the same. And also he likes to taunt us one more time by saying Iris is waiting for you. But this time we're just gonna take it to Sigma, and I do find this boss fight to be a lot harder as Zero, mainly because of the Sigma heads, where there's a lot more garbage being spewed at you, and it's a lot harder to deal with that stuff compared to X, where you can just use the plasma shot. But yeah, outside of that, I don't really find this last form to be all that hard, but yeah, it's really all you're doing is pretty much the same thing as X, but I actually find the gun part to be a little bit easier. But that's really about it with this boss fight. So yeah, see, since I may not be able to address it now, I'm probably gonna have to address that Let's see, things have changed for me, and I have absolutely no idea when I'm going to be able to record X5 and X6. But fortunately, I do have, yeah, I thought that was going to work, but unfortunately it didn't. I mean, I do have some projects I still need to complete on the back burner, so I'm probably just going to be working on those in the meantime while I figure out my living arrangements. And see, just like before, whenever he says the end, you have to jump across and not be on the floor, otherwise that's gonna hurt. But yeah, since I might not have time to finish my final thoughts on the game, I might as well do it now, while I'm just getting hit by garbage. And I don't know how I avoided that one. But overall, surprisingly, this was the first game that I've done a Let's Play of that's actually soured on me after doing the Let's Play. And there are games that I actually enjoyed a lot more after doing the Let's Play, even though they really weren't that good. And, you know, some examples come to mind where were like Milon's Secret Castle and that kind of game, or games like that. But at the end of the day, the reason the game soured on me was because, I still like playing this game, it's still a lot of fun, it's just that, you know, it feels like it's... And I mean, all I can think about now whenever I play this game is that's all there is to it. I mean, it just feels like there could have been so much more, but, you know, maybe that was the reason why they didn't have cutscenes, or they didn't have anime cutscenes in X5 and X6. But, I mean, if you guys have any thoughts, you know, feel free to comment. Just like before. I mean, I usually say that at the end of my Let's Plays, but, you know, that's just something I just want to reiterate. And yeah, I had a lot of trouble with that second hit of Sigma. So I end up using a sub-tank. But yeah, this does go on for about 2 more minutes just because, yeah, the hard part about this one is whenever he uses the wind to blow you away, you can't like shoot at him with it, or like you could with X. Let's see, fortunately I will have some things to work on between now and whenever the heck I can get back to recording. I mean, I do have plenty of footage still, so at least I can put all that stuff together. And then yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this part. I'm almost done here, fortunately. And yes, for those of you wondering, I did actually die on the boss rush because, I forgot that Cyber Peacock's weakness was the U-Engine, and yeah. And see, the theme I used for the boss rush was this hip-hop remix of the Zero theme from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I feel like it might have worked out pretty well. Whether or not I actually have hip-hop fans on my subscriber base, I don't know. Well, that's up for you guys to decide whether or not you liked it, but at the same time, that did take a lot longer than I thought it would. So yeah, here we just get the basic ending. And Sigma explodes in a fiery mess, and we get the same thing where General shows up and, you know, less bad things happen because General decides to make the heroic sacrifice. And yeah, this is how it goes. But fortunately, you do get a cutscene with Zero just like you did with X. So let's see, after that we're just gonna wait for General to drop in the final weapon. And then Zero's gonna exit and we have beaten Mega Man X4. So enjoy.
So, this is what happened to me. This is my fate. I couldn't save anyone after all. Iris!
Please stop, brother! Zero.
Iris, did we Reploids all turn out to be Mavericks after all?
But yeah, that's the end of Mega Man X4, and we get the same credits with the final weapon exploding and all that fun jazz. So like I said before, I don't know what's up next, but you will be seeing a lot of different things. I mean, not a lot of different things, but a lot of things that I was supposed to do a while ago but never end up doing. So I still do need to make the extra video for Little Ninja Brother, so that's one of them. And I did work on a co-commentary for Mega Man 5 for Game Boy, so that's most likely going to be the next one. But yeah, outside of that, the credits roll and you do get something similar to Zero's ending, or something similar to Zero than you did with X at the end. But I mean, that's a nice little segue to get into X5. But let's see, with that, I am just going to, let's see, I'm just going to, let these credits roll. And I will see you in a bit for the extra part. But folks, we're not done yet. I've got to show off how to get Ultimate Armor X. And basically all you're doing when you're on the character select screen, you highlight X, press circle twice, then left 6 times, press and hold L1 and R2 at the same time, then press start. And yeah, if you do it right, you will see that instead of green, X's I guess inner parts will be purple instead. So that's how you know you got that right. And then what you're gonna do next is go to Web Spider stage. And then here you get some different dialogue with Dr. Light. And this time he tells you it's the ultimate armor instead of just the leg part. And see, I never did show off the code as to how to get Black Zero, but turns out what you gotta do is on the character select screen, you highlight 0, and then hold R1 and press right 6 times, release R1, then hold circle and press X. But yeah, outside of that, this is the ultimate armor, and pretty much the only change to the ultimate armor is that you can use a Nova Strike whenever you feel like, which is actually a really good thing in my opinion, in case you're having trouble with the game. And, you know, you just do all the stuff as usual, and just demonstrating all that. And see, one thing I didn't do until literally the last minute was show off the Nova Strike, but there it is right there, in all its glory. But yeah, I'm just going through the rest of Web Spider stage, you know, just to demonstrate how awesome this armor is. And I almost die there. I don't know if that was just me being reckless or what. It probably was. I don't know. I forgot when I recorded this. Yeah, it does make platforming a lot easier, especially this log part. But that's there all for fun. But with all that said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon at the next one.